Today we're going to talk about how the fear of commitment is holding you back from landing your S-rank woman this year.
Hello, everyone. So this is Jedi and this is Anna.
Da, da, da. So my honey really wanted to talk about this topic today because she thinks it's holding a lot of guys back. And completely honest, everybody has some fear of level of commitment, whether it's to your health, your wealth, or your relationships. You know, it's a spiral. We keep working on these things, going deeper and deeper.
Yes, I agree. And just talking to other people and seeing where they are at in their relationships, or I would say lack of a relationship, it seems like there are some fears that's holding them back from meeting the one and staying in a relationship. And the fear of commitment, to me, it's also like, why is it that you're afraid of committing to a significant other?
Ooh, why do you think that is?
Yeah,
Let's
why do you
hear
think
your
it
thoughts
is?
in the comments. Come on.
Why do you think it is? And it could be many things. It could be that you're just afraid of getting hurt because
Hurt my feelings.
yes. So that's funny for me.
Well,
yeah.
That reminds
Okay,
me,
go ahead.
because before we get into this, Bob Marley, one of the greatest singers of all time, said, the truth is everybody's going to hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to find the ones worth suffering for.
Okay.
Because, you're always going to end up hurting your feelings. Like, you could be reading a sad book and happen to look up, and it just happens to trigger when your partner's thinking something else, and it causes them to go into a trauma spiral, or any number of weird things can happen.
And they don't even know it.
Yeah. Or like with women, they'll get mad at you for just, they had a bad dream of you cheating, and you're completely faithful, but now they're mad at you for cheating and you didn't even do anything. Like,
And then, again, it's in her subconsciousness that she's afraid that he's going to cheat on her, and that's why she has those dreams. And she didn't even tell him about those dreams. But anyway, so fear of commitment. Being afraid of getting hurt. And at some point, might say something that is going to hurt you, and I'm okay with that. And you're okay with that. We just, make sure that we don't go ballistic about it and kind of stay loving. And even if we said something hurtful, I always say, backtrack, and I backtrack and say, Jenna, I apologize because I didn't mean to say those things to you. It just, I was thinking about that, and it was just disturbing to me, and I was just having my own mini turmoil, and you're not even, you're just kind of like a residual bystander who got
right?
hurt.
Nice thing, little note, the psychology of transference.
Yeah.
Your emotions get transferred from one thing to another. So, like, if you're mad at somebody at work, that ends up getting mad at somebody else, and it just becomes a anger, hate spiral, or whatever, as we're seeing go around the world. Like, we have all the wokeness that, like, everybody's offended by everything. And it's like, I'm sorry, guys, you got to grow a pair, toughen up, and just get over it. As Don Miguel Ruiz says, first be impeccable with your word, but the next one is don't take anything personally. So don't take it personally. It's not about you. That's the stuff in their head. Let them figure it out and then come back and be nice to you. Some of the big side effects of that fear of commitment is it takes away a lot of your masculine energy because you're not able to make decisions and follow through.
Yeah.
Like, you get stuck in that analysis paralysis, which happens with a lot of people with real estate. You run the numbers and you're like, it's not quite right. It's close, and you just try and fudge them, and you just keep looking at numbers and trying to make something work. When you only need 30, 50, 80% max of the information to actually make a decision and follow through.
And meanwhile, while you're making all those decisions and thinking about it, debating in your head, you're gonna lose that deal. Somebody else will step in and snatch that deal from you. But anyway,
and hey, just like snatching the deal, they might snatch the girl from you.
Exactly. Somebody else will step in and get that girl that you desire to have. So,
guys, the odds are stacked against you. You really got to get this.
yeah.
You're a nerd. You're intelligent. You love to learn. That puts you in the top 10% of the population. So you've already eliminated 90% of men and women, no matter which gender it is. So you're already shrunk your dating pool. This is where you need to be laser focused, get that telescope out and be precise of where you're looking, what you're going for,
Yes.
and be willing to take those bold steps.
Yes, so fear of commitment. So make sure you face that fear, recognize, acknowledge that you have that fear of commitment, and acknowledge it, and then, make some decisions. Do you really want to be with a significant other or not? Or if you want to, then you need to pursue and figure out exactly what you want in a woman and go for it. Or it could be something that fear of commitment that you have. It could be something that you're afraid of getting hurt, right? So,
Well, and the afraid of getting hurt, we'll take it back to the real estate and the other things. You're afraid of losing a lot of money. You're afraid of investing the time and the energy in this individual to just get hurt and lose them.
yes.
Well, I'm sorry. Everything's a risk. Everything's a gamble. I'm investing in real estate, so I like to take calculated risk. Like if I'm going rock climbing, rappelling, it's a calculated risk. I want to know how strong that rope is, what I'm tying it to, the weight each carabiner and every piece will have, geek out on the little details, make sure you're safe.
Yeah.
But when it comes time to jump off the cliff and make that decision, you just got to grab that rope and jump. Or you're going to get frozen, stuck in fear. And this issue with your decision making, taking action, doesn't just mess up your chance of getting the girl. Taking that bold move and saying like, hey, I like you. Do you like to read? What do you like to read?
Analytical mind. What do you like to read? And the girl's like, what?
Well, no.
No, I mean, I love reading, but at the same time, if you want to attract, so for instance, you're a nerd, correct? You love reading. So you ask me that question, what do you like to read? I'm like, oh yeah, I love reading, so books on self-development, like some, spiritual books, something like that. I love reading. But if you're a nerd and you're asking a woman who doesn't like reading, she would be like, what? Why are you asking this silly question?
Exactly. And this is sales and marketing. The sales is sacred art of leaving everyone satisfied. And if she doesn't like to read, she doesn't like to learn, she's not good enough for you.
It's not good enough for you. Exactly. So fear of commitment. Last one, we were talking about fear of getting hurt.
Well,
And
yeah.
we discussed that.
And how it affects your business. Like you have that fear of commitment, you don't put in the offer for the real estate deal. You don't make that next sale. You don't get the next thing done. So you got to get over your fear of commitment and realize, catching and attracting the love of your life
Yes.
is what's going to bring in and help you flow on all these other things. Like look at professional athletes. If their wives are messed up at them, you can tell who's in the doghouse based on how they're playing on the field. Because their head is not in the game. You guys know this for the sports fans. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you can't be here, now, and acting, you're stuck in these different fears, whether it's commitment, fear of being hurt, whatever, you got to get out of that and take some action, move forward.
So, okay, that was good discussion. So let us know what's holding you back. Is it your fear of commitment, and why are you afraid to commit to a woman and find the significant other, which is specifically for you nerds, an S rank woman. What are you afraid of?
Yeah, you're S rank woman. That way it doesn't sound like your ass rank woman. So, have a good day, yo.
Have a good day. Bye.